if you choose the wrong broker when starting out, you could lose all your money and never be able to recover it. In this video, I'll share with you a ChatGPT search prompt that you can be able to use to find the right broker for you. You most likely come across ads, for example, on YouTube of brokers that advertise, for example, that if you search trading, you will be able to have a fancy car like me. I pressed a few buttons on my mobile phone and I made money. And those can sometimes cause you to be attracted to brokers that might actually be scam brokers. So the first part of our search prompt that we will be able to use on ChatGPT is, we first of all tell ChatGPT that you want a broker that is based in your country. So we'll ask, my country is, for example, mine is Kenya. And then we'll ask you to please give us a list of up to 5 reputable brokers that. So this is just the beginning point of the prompt to make sure that you only get brokers that accept clients from your country. Then the next part, the first criteria that you are going to be able to indicate to ChatGPT is one that is based on the length of operation of that particular broker. How long has that broker existed? So you want reputable brokers that have been in the market for at least 10 years and that accept clients from my country. So why 10 years? It's very important that you don't open an account with just any broker that, for example, has been around, let's say, the last 4-5 years, because you want a long enough period for that broker to have existed so that it would be easier and there will be enough data from customers who have experienced that broker to be able to know, are they a scam broker? Do they pay out when you actually withdraw? Because some brokers, when you deposit money, they will not allow you to withdraw. For example, do they have complaints, for example, with their regulators? So 10 years is usually a good period because it gives you enough data to be able to analyze the broker to know whether they are really a good broker. So the next criteria then that you need to be able to look at is regulation. When you get into trading, you will most likely see brokers that advertise, for example, that if you deposit $100, you'll get a 50% bonus. So like meaning you start with $100, they give you $50 to trade with. And that can sometimes be really alluring for someone who is new. And let's say, for example, you don't have a lot of capital to trade. Most good regulators have actually banned the giving of trading bonuses because those trading bonuses are what scam brokers use to lie to new traders so that they can deposit their money and never be able to actually take it out. And from my own experience, being someone who is sharing videos on YouTube, on TikTok, I have been approached by different kinds of brokers that feel a bit scammy because of how they are regulated. And based on that, you shouldn't just trust anyone that tells you, go with this particular broker or go with this particular broker, because they actually offer to pay us to be able to promote these particular brokers. So just because you're hearing someone pushing a particular broker, don't just trust them. Do your research. And on this particular point on ChatGPT, we will ask it to give us brokers that are regulated by the FCA, by CSEC, or by ASIC. And you might be wondering, what are these acronyms? The FCA is the regulator, is one of the most trusted regulators in the UK. CSEC is a trusted regulator in Europe, mainly for most other European countries and brokers. Then ASIC is a trusted regulator based in Australia. So if your broker is regulated by these 3 bodies, it gives you a more sense of comfort to be able to know they're actually being overseen by these strict regulators, at least so that in the case, for example, if, for example, your broker goes down, some of these particular regulators actually offer you compensation if you actually lose your money. So like, for example, I think it's up to about like $10,000 or $20,000 for like FCA, CSEC. So it's very good to actually have a broker in these particular regions so that you know your money is safe. So that if, for example, like what happened to FTX sometimes back, if you remember, people were not able to get out their money because they were not a well-regulated broker. So this is a part of the prompt that we'll actually put in ChatGPT. And then the next part of that particular prompt will also ask ChatGPT to check that these particular brokers have not had fraudulent claims or negative reviews. So fraudulent claims are ideally whereby previous customers have complained that these brokers have not allowed them to take out their money. So you don't want to have such a broker. Or brokers, for example, there sometimes happens is brokers, let's say they were fraudulent with one particular broker, they change the name into another broker name and then try and scam people again. So this part is very important because ChatGPT will be able to use the data found on the internet to be able to find such details. And then even just on this, whichever broker that you'll actually go with, and very important step to be able to do is once you've deposited money, let's say even a small amount, always test by withdrawing and see whether you'll be able to actually get your money back, because most of these scam brokers will start telling you stories when you try and withdraw. But before we look at the third and most important criteria when looking for a trusted broker, I want to share with you a free training that I created on the 7 steps to financial freedom through trading. It is an amazing training that will give you a step-by-step plan on how you can actually start trading for a living. So if you'd like to get access to that, you will find the link in the description of this particular video or in the pinned comment. So let's get back to the video. When I got started in trading, and for almost 7 years of my trading career, all I traded was just Forex. It's the one that is mainly pushed and mainly advertised when you see online. Many people, when they get into trading, to trade Forex. I hear you can make a lot of money in it. But then in 2020, when the pandemic had happened, most opportunities for me based on how I was trading actually dried up in Forex. So most of the time I was actually not placing trades because I was not getting trading opportunities. So when you're looking for a trading broker, you need a trading broker that can be able to give you access to different asset classes beyond just Forex. So they need to be able to give you access to currencies, to stock, to commodities, to indices, to what are also called ETFs. So the third part of our search prompt will be telling ChatGPT that we want a broker that actually offers these asset classes. So that these brokers, they need to also offer all of the following asset classes, what we've been mentioning, and also cryptos as well. And the reason for this, why not just to stick to just a broker that deals with maybe currencies only, there are some that just mainly focus on stocks, is because based on all my almost now 10 years of experience in trading, market opportunities actually move between asset classes. Like as I'm recording this video, most opportunities in like commodities have really gone down. But last year, which was like 2022, commodities was very big last year. But then last year, stocks are not doing so well. So they're not very good opportunities then. But right now, stock trading opportunities are available right now. So you need to be able to have a broker that gives you access to all these particular asset classes. And also, this will help you to diversify your risk so that you don't actually run the risk of, for example, being overexposed to one particular asset class. And also, it helps to improve your overall returns. So let's look at the search prompt and how exactly then to use, how you'd be able to use AI or ChatGPT to be able now to combine all these factors to be able to find the broker that is right for you. So if you've never used ChatGPT, you can just easily Google, just like is shown here. You can Google ChatGPT OpenAI on Google, and then the first link should be the one. So if you've never logged in before, it will bring you a screen like this. So ChatGPT has a paid version and a free version. You don't need to be able to pay to use these particular steps. So if you have an account, you can simply log in. If you don't have, you can just click sign up. But once you're logged in, you will see a blank screen like this. So if you have the paid version, you'll have GPT-4. So if you have the paid version, use the prompt that I'll share on using the GPT-4 version, but GPT 3.5, which is available for anyone for free, it can still work as well. So how does the prompt actually look like? So I've used an example for my own country. So on this next tab, I have it typed out already. So it's what we are looking. I've indicated here my country is Kenya. So whatever your country is, just indicate it here. My country is Kenya. Please give me a list of up to 5 reputable brokers that have been in the market for at least 10 years and accept clients from my country. They are regulated by the FCA, CSEC, or ASIC, have no fraudulent complaints or negative reviews. Then they need to also offer all the following asset classes, what you are discussing. And then finally, I'll put this last note, and just to help to make sure that you actually get good results. So I also indicate I want to ensure that I choose a trustworthy and well-established broker for my trading activities. And then they need to be easy to use for beginners, because some brokers, they might be around for a while, but their platform is actually not very good for beginners. So you want it to look for that. And also indicate how many years they have been in operation. So we will know how many years has that broker been in operation. Then you see, I need a list that I can start my research on. Then the country parameter and broker reputation is very important. And then I mentioned to it, don't ignore any parameter above. And then this last bit is to have a rating, so that at least you can be able to know how to be able to separate which broker to start researching more on. So this one just says rate and rank them out of 100 as well. So the best broker will be close to 100, then going on and on. So this is ideally how exactly you'll be able to search for it and how it would actually look like. And I'm not recommending any of these brokers, because I need you to just to go and do more research on. So this will just give you an initial list. For example, here it has mentioned, for example, that broker, how many years they've been in operation, what regulation they are under, whether they offer those asset classes, and then it will give you a small note on the broker. You can pause the video and just read more. And then it gives you your score. Yeah. So this does not necessarily mean like a stamp of approval, but at least it has helped you to be able to filter out scammy brokers and give you at least a list of choices that you can actually go and look at. So don't just necessarily just pick the first one. Go through their website and research more on them, but it makes it much easier. So this is just for the different kinds of brokers. My broker that I personally use right now is actually eToro. So I would really recommend to you to be able to actually use this ChatGPT prompt, put it into ChatGPT as you've gone through, and then see what list of brokers it gives you, and then start your research from there. So I'll include a link in the description that you can be able to find this ChatGPT prompt. Then you can just be able just to edit the country bit and then do your research as well. But finding the right broker is just one part of actually setting the right foundation for your trading success. To learn more about the other basics of trading that you need to be able to master, then check out this playlist on your screen on the basics of trading. See you in the next video.